Okay, guys, welcome
all right.
the
Hey
second
guys, what's
episode
going on?
for Nerds of the Decade. We're going to be talking about the COVID-19 and how it's impacted cons and also the return to cons, right?
Yep,
Dave?
that's pretty much what's
and
on
this
the agenda.
podcast will be, this episode will be a little shorter because unfortunately this topic there is not as much to cover, right, dude?
Yeah, this particular one is going to be a little under 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, with the current topics that we got and so on and so forth.
So, dude, let's kick it off with the kind of.
Did we want to introduce ourselves, or do we just want to?
I mean, dude, this is the second episode. I think people pretty much know. I mean, we can do an introduction. You want to do an introduction?
Yeah, just for the people that are just tuning in for the first
go
time.
ahead, introduce yourself.
Yeah. So, hey guys, if you don't know who we are DNA Anime Blog. My name is DJ Lewis, but you can just call me Dante, and that is A. Goldman, but you can just call him Available.
Yeah, well, very funny, dude. And I guess we can just call you Mr. Panties.
I thought it was Chocolate Teddy Bear.
Well, you were Mr. Panties because of your panty and stocking, your love for panty and stocking. So,
and that's going to be on a whole other topic.
So you know what I call you, dude? DJ Underwear. Anyway.
Yeah, there's already somebody named that.
No, but if you guys don't know, my name is A. Goldman or Aaron, as I'm known by. So no, I'm not the voice actor, even though we do look alike.
Yeah, there's already a guy named Aaron Dismo.
Yes, who is the voice of a ton of characters.
And if you're listening, shout out.
Yeah, yes, correct. Yeah, if you are listening and you are Aaron Dismo, the actor that we mentioned, shout out to you. And also I have one thing to say to you, which is get excited. Anyway. Yeah, so that's who we are, if you guys didn't know, and we are the full DNA Anime Blog.
The experience.
We are a part of it, or we are each half of it. I'm a half and Dante's a half. And so, yeah, that's who kind of we are, guys. And like I said, we're going to be talking about COVID-19 and
so, we are actually going to kick off this podcast.
So, dude, I would say if we're going to do this right, Dante, I think we should cover what happened when the pandemic hit. Yeah. So, because, dude, cons kind of shut down, and everything kind of shut down. Right?
Yeah, I think it was like the first handful of cases did happen in January, but I think they kind of started off in the West Coast, but it really wasn't like super widespread until like the middle of March, like right before the first day of spring. We actually got a notification about an anime convention that we were going to attend in Pennsylvania.
But it got canceled.
Yeah, it was Zinkai-Con. It was like our third or fourth Zinkai-Con that we're going to, and then we got a notification from I guess the con chair telling us that due to the rise in cases of the coronavirus or COVID-19, that the convention unfortunately had to be canceled because too many cases. It was like really. It was really bad. Yeah, it was. It was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. But yeah, I mean, at that moment though, dude, you have to remember at that time, like, dude, a lot of people were pretty bummed out because a lot of people were looking forward to going to that con. Right. I remember people telling me on Instagram and people sending.
Oh yeah, a lot of our fans told us.
Yeah, they really wanted to go, and so.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the two of us, we were really looking forward to go too. We were kind of bummed out. But that's pretty much what happened. And of course, it wasn't just Zinkai-Con that kind of got canceled because of COVID-19. It was like a huge handful of other cons all across.
I mean, dude, restaurants were getting closed. Like the whole blocks, whole city blocks, and everything was getting closed. You couldn't go anywhere.
Sporting events.
Yeah, everything was just closed. Not just
music concerts.
Yeah. Which is a shame. I mean, dude, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember when Otakon was in Baltimore and they had that music event, right? Where they had live music from who was it? It was iShine at the time. Yep. And then we went to that. It was really cool.
Then also I think Gregory's and his band Mongolia Chop Squad was out there.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry. It was the outside.
Yeah, you're right. Mongolian Chop Squad was the outside one. The iShine was the indoors. Yeah. With that huge room that they had, which was Johnny and Bosch's band.
Johnny's band.
Which is cool. But yeah, which is actually a different name now, I believe. Johnny and Bosch's band is different now. They have a different name now. But yeah, So yeah, those were cool, and all those events were all closed. You couldn't go in. You couldn't go to, or at least during COVID, when COVID hit, you couldn't go to any outdoor events or anything.
Right. Yeah, there was as soon as they got it, there was like closures like everywhere. So
yeah.
Yeah, you weren't able to, like.
And I think, dude, as it's because it's not over yet, there's still people going through this stuff. Japan is still having problems with it.
Japan's actually still in a state of emergency.
With the Olympics, they're having trouble. So yeah, I mean, dude, it's gonna be a while before we all fully get over this thing. But I mean, the good news is you and I are vaccinated, and then also both
of us are like fully
a lot of vaccination,
going up. Yeah, I think a lot of other people are also vaccinated, including the con attendees themselves.
Yeah, which is fan, and also voice actors too. A lot of actors have been vaccinated.
Yep, staying safe and getting vaccinated. Yeah. So they're available, guys. Get them while you can.
So yeah, I mean that kind of covers. So that's kind of one of our topics is post COVID. That kind of covers what happened before and kind of during when COVID hit. And then the other thing we wanted to talk about was their emergence after a year and a half of being closed. And also kind of mid COVID, which kind of was like some people were following the mask mandates.
Yeah, the mask mandates.
It was haywire because a lot of things still were canceled. They had some stuff where you could do stuff outside, right? Remember? Right. But you couldn't do any indoor events and you couldn't sit down.
I definitely remember the...
during that time, dude, that's when everyone was kind of going nutso inside because everyone was cooped up, stuck in their house. They couldn't go to cons. People were doing live events on
online streaming.
Instagram, yeah, and also on Discord, where you have cosplay and gaming events, so yeah.
Yeah, and I think some people even hosted online cosplay competitions as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
I think I saw a couple of them.
Then that ties into the virtual cons because they did have the virtual cons around mid-COVID was when they started them.
True.
Probably before that actually, because I think they did some when COVID hit too.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, I don't think we really started seeing them until a couple months later.
So then,
I think with now that the vaccination rates are going up and they're doing a little bit better in certain states. Like a lot of states, from what I've been seeing, have reached vaccination rates of over 50 to 55% full vaccination, and
which is great.
Yeah, and because of that, a lot of smaller conventions are coming back. In fact, there's a couple in Texas that are coming back.
Yeah.
I forgot their names.
I think Anime New York is.
Anime NYC. That is definitely coming back. So
we still haven't heard anything from the one here in Baltimore, which is Animore.
We still haven't heard any news from Animore. So they haven't really gotten back to us yet. We're not even sure if there's.
And then, dude, did you hear anything about Otakon? Did you hear anything about their Otakon is what's going on with Otakon? Are they gonna split up? Did you hear anything about that?
I think with what might be going on with Otakon is they didn't really have their physical event this year because they were still unsure about what the positivity rate was in DC because that's where it is now. Mm-hmm. But I think what Otakon might be doing is they might actually be downsizing or trying to build themselves back up because when COVID first hit, they kind of lost.
Is that the same thing with Zenkai? Do you think? I wonder if Zenkai.
I think because Zenkai is kind of on that mid-range.
Yeah.
They're kind of small to mid-range, so I don't think they really lost.
Dude, didn't some cons disappear too? Because didn't you say Anime USA is not doing and is not going to happen anymore or something? I remember hearing something about one of the cons is they're not gonna have it anymore.
Yeah, I think it was Anime USA. I think they
said
is
kind of sad.
I don't think that they're going to be having it at the Marriott Moorman Park anymore.
Yeah, but are they still going to hold it somewhere or no? Or
they probably are. I just don't think that they're going to hold it in that particular area, or they might end up holding it in a whole other state or something.
Did you hear about any cons that are
permanently closing?
Yeah, permanently closing.
There's a couple, but I'm not sure what their names are though.
Okay.
But either they may be closing or they may be downsizing. But From what I've been hearing, from what I've been seeing, I don't think the sites that you see online, because I know a lot of people have been posting that particular scene from Anime Expo where there's like 100,000 people in one hallway. I don't think you'll be seeing that for a while. As a matter of fact, I don't think you'll be seeing.
Well, dude, that's the same thing with Otakon. People had
Otakon was
pictures of like a lot of people
being cramped in a hallway. Everyone's sweaty. There's not. Well, dude, that's like
the old raves. Remember back in 2010 and before? Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, when they actually had the raves upstairs.
Yeah, the cramped and crowded raves. Like you'd literally be dancing in a sweat pit instead of actually dancing at a rave. Like every side of you, there's some greasy, nasty dude without a shirt on. I felt like, dude, I hate to say this, okay, and no offense to anybody, right? But I felt like I was stuck in that movie, White Men Can't Jump. Remember with the basketball game where the dude is like the one guy takes his shirt off and the dude's like, dude, could you put your shirt back on? The guy's like, no. And then like they play and he smacks up against the guy's chest and he gets a mouthful of hair. He's like, he spits the hair out.
I remember there's actually been a couple times where I actually had to.
Dude, that's kind of how I felt like when I was sitting when I was in the like center of the rave sometimes back in the day before COVID. You know, I feel like that's how I felt, dude.
Yeah, I actually remember having to like either pull you off to the side or pull you away from the wall dancers.
Oh man, yeah, dude, that was okay. So. I hate to say this and I don't want to make anyone mad, but it was weird. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
Yeah.
But now that conventions are coming back, as far as their future, I can probably say that admission prices are gonna go up, unfortunately, and that's kind of like the downside to returning cons.
Well, dude, you may not see as many people attend conventions if that's the case.
Yeah.
Some people may not.
Attendance might drop.
You might not see as many people come to cons. Now, smaller cons, you might see a bigger attendance.
Right.
Because the smaller ones might not be as expensive, and also more people might be able to get to the smaller ones than the larger ones. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, the other thing, dude, I wonder what they're gonna do with schedules. Do you think the schedules for cons will change? Do you think you think the events will be more spaced out, right? Because of COVID? And because they want to keep...
Yeah, because I think that was one of the major issues that
because panels would overlap, dude, remember?
Yep, I remember.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when there was like I was trying to remember what panel it was, but it had Josh Greeley in it.
Yeah.
And we were trying to get to that one. We were like 20 minutes late for that one, and it was like just about wrapping up.
Well, so dude, the one that I will never forget, right? One of the best panels that we went to was the last con I went to before COVID hit was with Bryce Papenbrook.
Yep.
Where was that, dude? What con was that?
Yes, that was Anime USA.
Yeah, that was Anime USA, and I'll never forget that because we were in another panel, and we were running late to Bryce's panel. I had to run to the room to get the camera. We had to run back to the room, get the camera, and then we ran to Bryce's panel, and we were a little bit late. And our entrance into that panel was funny because I did the whole Mortals thing. I was just like, what's up, Mortals? And Bryce is like, yep. He's like, you're a god. He's like, I'm immortal.
Yep, and not to mention he recognized you from Instagram too.
Well, so that was kind of cool because we had never met Bryce before that con. So
no, we haven't.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that was pretty crazy. And he's like, he walks, and the first thing he said to me, I was turned as white as a sheet. I think you were standing next to me.
Yeah, I was actually.
First thing, I'd known what Bryce, I'd seen Bryce's face on pictures and stuff, right, but never met him in person before that. And so he walks up to me, and I kind of immediately knew who he was because I kind of recognized his face from I've seen pictures, right?
Yeah.
On the con, the booklet, that the conventions give you. But I never actually met him or interacted with him. And he walks up and goes, I know you. He's like, you're that dude who makes those videos on Instagram. And I swear, I almost turned like white as a sheet. It was funny. I'm thinking to myself, am I getting recognized by a voice actor right now? Like, yeah.
I definitely remember because I was there when it happened.
So, and I was like, dude, you're the famous actor, not me. I was like, I'm just some lonely dude on Instagram. I was like, role reversal,
I know, the old switcheroo. Really, yeah. Apparently.
Oh man, but dude, that was like one of the coolest and like funnest moments of my life was like a voice actor coming up to me and be like, I know you. I felt like, you know how you see the comedian Sante on like Comedy Central, right? Like Gabriel Iglesias, where he talks about the cop walks up to him and Gabriel's sitting in the back seat and he's like, I know you. He's like, oh, you're the guy that yeah. It's like, oh, you're a comedian. Yeah, it feels like that. It's like, you know.
Oh yeah, I definitely remember.
Dude, you know what else I will never forget? That's before COVID, right?
Yeah.
Before COVID hit, was that when we saw Monica and you walked up to Monica and you asked her to sign something and she goes. And she's like, do you mind if I write dirty words on this? And I knew it was coming. I knew what was coming. I knew it was gonna happen, you know. But you were like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I actually, funny story. I actually had my I had a Stocking Anarchy figure from Penny and Stocking because that's like one of my favorite shows. So I
see, dude, and you wonder why I call you I call you DJ Panties. That's why. You know what you should do, Dante? If you ever do DJ a con, if cons ever do fully come back and you're DJing a con, get some like cheap ladies' underwear, right, from like the dollar store, stick them over your head. And DJ Panties. That's your undercover name when you DJ a con.
Yeah.
DJ Undergarments. Stay tuned. We've got DJ Undergarments, and he's playing a wet track up next. Oh God.
I don't know about that.
Anyway.
But I actually.
Sorry guys, sometimes this podcast gets a little PG-13, right, dude?
Oh, dude, we're just having fun. You know, just loosen up.
Remember that Ed and Eddie episode, you know, where they're going through, they're figuring things out, and they open Ed's garage and they pull out the
bra.
They pull out the dresser, and so Eddie he's just like, ooh, he's like, what's this? He's like, whoa, and Ed just like, he's like, that's my mom's, Eddie. He's like, that's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, sorry to get off the COVID topic, but yeah.
Well, yeah, we're kind of balancing silly and serious at the same time.
Yeah, this is also reminiscing before COVID too.
Yeah. Oh, so many fun times. Hopefully we can have them again. But in the midst of COVID, it also gave the rise to virtual cons, and we've actually been to a couple.
Yeah, and I still think virtual cons are what's going to raise the price of cons returning now, because of how expensive virtual cons are.
Well, they kind of might be a mixed bag.
Think about it, dude.
Depending on how you look at it.
Businesses are trying to recoup what they lost,
right?
So it still feels like that's going to drive prices up, and I feel like, you know, you might have, you know, people that are just going to look at the price to get in. They're like, oh, yeah, it's like sticker shock. They're like, oh, no way. They're like, I can't afford this. It's ridiculous. So and then also, dude, with airlines, dude, can you imagine flying? Dude, I can't imagine anyone flying during this time, right? Flying will never be the same, dude.
No, apparently not. Especially since a lot of like airports are still using. I still actually have like the mask mandate, even if you are vaccinated. But there's been a lot of reports of unruly passengers, though.
Do you know what they need to do, dude? They need to like put like in the airplanes. They need to like find a way to make airplanes a little larger and put like a game of Rock'em Sock'em Robots, and it's in the back seat. You can fight the person in front of you, or whatever. Or like something is because dude, there's been a lot of airplane brawls, right? Or like have a little screen in front where you can play Mortal Kombat. You can like battle the people. I mean, you can virtually fight them.
You know,
or like have VR headsets on there so people can virtually fight each other, right? You can virtually box.
Okay, that would actually be cool. I would actually start flying again if they start doing
that. You could actually fight the pilot. You know, have a virtual plane and cause it and fight the pilot, right?
Hey, Mark, get over here!
Yeah, exactly. Finish him! It's like you toss him out the window. Oh. Yeah. Suck him out the window, you know?
Yeah, I'll definitely start flying on planes if they start doing that.
I mean, dude, they got to do something. I mean, because, dude, think about it. People have been cooped up for like a year inside, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that's enough to make anybody want to like sit there and brawl, you know?
Yeah.
So, and no, I'm not talking about the thing that holds your boobs up. I'm talking about like brawls and like fight.
Yeah, brawl, fight, scrap.
Yeah.
You know,
brawl, not bra, okay, and not bra like, you know, yo bra, not that kind of bra, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, definitely.
So,
but I mean, the rise of virtual conventions, you know, a little bit costing and everything, and then of course you got the economic impact.
Yeah,
I guess we mentioned before. So yeah, the inflation prices for
prices are on the rise, which could cause some issues. So.
Yeah, and also shortage of attendees.
Yes, Yeah. So yeah, dude. I mean, that's definitely a big thing. But dude, I feel like things won't be the same because cons are probably gonna be a lot more spread out.
Yep.
And there may not be as many attendees. You might not see much cosplay, dude.
Yeah, oh man, so, I definitely remember like.
Well, dude, cosplay was thinning before COVID too. Because remember, we went to cons and we really didn't see that much cosplay before some of the conventions before cons.
Right. I think before we expanded on like our different cons, because we only went to. Auticon, when we first started, Auticon was like literally our only con.
Yeah, but also, dude, when we first started, there were more people cosplaying too at that time. Like now, dude, like the last con we went to, Dante, before COVID hit, was Anime USA, and we really didn't see that many cosplay. We got a good amount, but not as many as we would have like if we had gone back to like 2010.
I think because Animore is like it's still a fairly new con. It was only going through their fifth. They were only going through like their fifth year. So and I definitely remember when Animore started because it was like right around the time where Auticon announced that their final year was going to be 2016.
Yeah.
So I think we were at Auticon at the time, and then we had like, shoot, I think did I forget her name?
What?
CJ. It was CJ.
CJ. Yeah.
So yeah, I think we had like CJ come up to us, and I think she gave us a brochure letting us know that there's a new convention that's going to be coming in town to kind of fill the void of Auticon, because like when Auticon was back at the Baltimore Convention Center, Auticon was actually bringing in some money. So from what I heard, it was bringing in about like $15 million a year or something like that.
Yeah, dude, and that also Otakon had a lot of people that cosplayed, and it was one of the bigger cons. Also, it took up most of the city too.
Yeah, it did. It actually had people coming in from all around the world.
Each time you would go out or walk out of the convention center, you'd see cosplay all the local restaurants everywhere, just a flood of just characters everywhere. It's kind of fun.
It's also you know what else I kind of miss. Yeah, I kind of miss now that Auticon is kind of moved.
All the food, all the restaurants? Because, dude, a lot of the restaurants are gone, too.
That's true. But not just that. I miss the ice cold water guy.
You know that guy that... I remember.
You know the half-naked dude?
Can you still impersonate him?
With the white shorts?
Yeah. Can you still...
And he would walk around with the bottle?
Can you still do an impersonation of him, Dante?
Yeah, I can still hear him right now.
We got that ice, cold. We got that ice cold water.
Yeah, I do know.
That is only $1.
Yeah,
he would do that every single year, and oh my gosh.
Yo, dude, you know what else I missed Dante is that with the line going around the building. Remember how when you would if you didn't get in the pre-reg line, you'd have to wait in this long line. And dude, one year we went with Josh, our other friend,
Yeah.
And we were standing in line. And his dad was right behind us, and I don't know if you remember this, dude. I don't know, you might remember this. We're standing in line, and Josh's dad, and this actually did happen, no lie. Josh's dad was standing behind me, and also Dante was, I think, in front of us.
Yeah.
And we're standing in line, and then all of a sudden, Josh's dad goes, well, he's like, at least it's not raining. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the sky opens up and it pours. And we all got drenched. And we all turn around, the whole line turns and goes, you had to say something.
You cursed.
Yeah, it's like you had to say it.
Yeah.
So talk about major bad luck.
I know, right?
Yeah, you probably won't have that again because they're gonna probably space people out, and you're probably gonna have different lines and different ways to get in. Now after COVID.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna like cram everybody all in one same line like they did before.
The only good thing I think that will happen is that conventions, when you go to panels, right, the panels will be more times will be more spaced out, which is good. So like you'll be able to go to all the events that you want to go to.
True.
Like if you want to go to a voice actor panel or you want to go to a cosplay show or whatever, you'll have enough time, hopefully, depending on how they time the events and how they plan the events.
Yeah.
And then, dude, I wonder if schedules will make a return. Because remember how schedules disappeared from cons? They were doing all virtual schedules.
Yeah. They were actually doing.
Do you think they'll do printed schedules again?
Well, I think and this is kind of just like, this is kind of just like an idea. I think what they're probably gonna do, because certain conventions, like your GalaxyCon, your Color World.
Yeah. That's a virtual.
Oh yeah. Color World is a virtual con. So yeah, if you guys haven't gone to Color World, it's really awesome. I think you've been.
I've been twice, I believe. Yeah, they do some free events which I've been to.
Yeah.
And I've been to I think 1 or 2 paid, but yeah, they're not bad.
But yeah, I think probably what's gonna happen is they're probably gonna have like a hybrid mixed balance of in-person events and virtual events. So just in case a lot of people can't attend the in-person con, they can always go to like some of the virtual events, because even though conventions are coming back and everything, but I think they're probably gonna do like a mixed bag, a mixed balance.
Yep, in a world where cons are a mixed bag, and
just like salad.
And people, for some reason, do these weird voices on the microphone during a podcast.
And one of them sounds like a movie trailer.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and at least that's my thought.
Did you, wait, dude, during that, did you say you liked salad?
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of like salad, even though,
You mean, you said mixed bag, right? Well, I don't know.
Well, when you said mixed bag, I thought like a mixed bag of salad.
Isn't salad more like chopped salad? I guess you're right. It is kind of mixed.
Yeah, I mean, you got the tomatoes, you got the onions.
Yep.
And now I'm hungry.
Yeah. So yeah, dude. If I were you, I would have said something like I would have said something kind of like this. Say, cons. Get ready for conventions in 2025. They'll be very choppy, like salad. That's what I would have said if I was you.
Oh yeah, dude. But yeah, that's pretty much what I think. But yeah, do you have any final thoughts of what you think conventions will be like in the future now that they're coming back? Some of them in full force.
In a world where cons are coming back slowly and people are too excited, I feel like prices are going to be gouging people almost to the point of your eyes popping out. Other than that, that's my final thoughts.
Yes. And
this concludes. Well, actually, no. We still got some time left, dude.
Yeah, I mean.
Dude, did you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we should at least mention it. We should mention. So, dude, did you want to mention, Dante? Mention? This is the ending to this episode. But,
yep.
Did you want to mention that we are open to suggestions for topics, and also that we're going to be posting polls for other topics so that people can see.
Yeah. So basically, we're actually going to be if you guys have any suggestions on,
and also let people know that if you didn't like this episode, the second episode, or whatever, or you have a recommendation for another episode or something else we can do or talk about, let us know, because we can if we like that topic, we may end up depending on what the fans vote on, we may end up talking about that next.
Right, definitely.
We do have some good ones though, some better topics to talk about. We just didn't want to.
Yeah, this is just basically.
We didn't want to exhaust all of our stuff, right, dude?
Yeah,
all the good ones.
This is basically just like one of those semi-serious kind of topics,
Yeah, it's more laid back and kind of serious. We try to make it fun during things.
Yeah, we always try to.
Tom Con stories and stuff. So.
Yep. So yeah. Chocolate dinosaur in there, and just try to make it funny. So.
Yep.
So,
anyway.
Yeah, guys, that'll pretty much wrap up our second episode. So, again, if you like what you saw or like what you heard, just let us know on our social media pages. And if you have any suggestions, also let us know through our Discord.
Also, since this is going to be on YouTube, you guys can also leave comments down below. So, let us know what you guys think.
But please, no burners.
Yeah, and guys, try to be nice in the comments, because a lot of people get, on some of the comments that people leave, people get really harsh. Like,
yeah, they kind of say whenever you upload something on YouTube to never read the YouTube comments, or at least just kind of like pick the nice ones out and then just delete the nasty ones.
Yeah. So we may end up doing that.
I think we might be alright.
I think we should read our comments though, dude.
I think we should.
We owe it to our fans to at least read some of the comments.
We do. They definitely been supporting us all throughout 5 years that we
Anyway, guys, we will catch you next time.
Yes, until next podcast.
Yeah. Stay safe and stay nerdy. Yep. Oh, God, I'm glad you didn't say stay thirsty, my friends. That would have been terrible. This is not a beer commercial. It's a podcast. Yeah. Anyway, guys, see you. Yeah. Please, if you are drinking a Corona right now, please don't tell people that it gives you COVID virus, because
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It just makes you drunk.
Yes. And
All
with
right.
that, we are ending this.
Peace,
Goodbye.
guys.
See you. Stay safe. Next time.